What's happening, people, and welcome back to this here watch along of the Warriors versus the Raiders, and welcome back especially to Buildup TV. It's great to have everyone here and watching along with me, myself, this evening. Unfortunately, Ash can't make it to the watch along portion of this evening, but he may be in here for the aftermatch. So hopefully we got a lot to talk about and a lot of positives to get through. Just giving a big shout out to everyone in the chat. Can see everyone coming through. Channel members, Krishan, Shen, Tans. Great to see all of our channel members and everyone else that's come through. Nyland as well. And just getting a little bit of feedback from everyone there. Just saying there's a little bit of wet weather footy there, which is totally, normal. But from what I can see images-wise, it looked like a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of wind. But welcoming everyone. CGH, hopefully Dallin has a good game today. I think so. I think he'll be solid. Look, guys, I've got a weird feeling like that everything's going to be pretty good. You know what I mean? So, sorry guys, I'm just looking at this little feature here. See how this goes. You can put in a little chat, can come up on the side there. I'll probably take that down, but I just wanted to trial it out. You might see your guys' comments in the left-hand corner here, right-hand corner. But yeah, hopefully Dylan has a great game. Radiant, good to see you, my friend Lucas. Let's go. Absolutely, man. Hey, man, it's great to be here as a group. I love doing this. You know, my passion for the Warriors and sharing it with everyone else. That fills my spirit, my heart. You know, and I, the fact that we get to hang out, is absolutely awesome. So, welcome in everyone that is in the chat. This evening, guys. Just quickly thoughts on this. I've actually, to be honest, had a bit of a quiet week. I haven't over-analyzed things. I think for the majority, we have a good feel of our team and where we're at. This is a big matchup, but I feel quite confident. This will be a great barometer in terms of depth. You know, you're losing your two key cultural leadership figures from a physicality standpoint and also from a personality. We talk about Fish all the time, the master of the dark arts, getting into the opposition forward pack mentally. Barnett, you know how crazy he is in terms of just consistency and that energy he brings. Can we match that with the starting front row of Marata and Bunty? How will that look when you're coming up against a Horsburgh and a Tapine who will be feeling hungry to attack these two, and specifically the full pack? You got Lecker showing consistency. You got Capewell, that leadership that obviously we lost a little bit with Barnett and Fish. You're looking for that from Capewell. Then off the bench, you know, you got a few more of your younger guys, but you got a Jackson Ford to help settle that storm for a good majority of the game. And then the back line looks fantastic against a great, really dynamic Canberra back line, which means it should be a really good quality game. So I think this is another opportunity to show a barometer, show something in there in terms of, look, we can match them in terms of, us as a team, that we've got the depth to cover, that the guys that are young are still showing quality. So there's a great opportunity here, but I'm not taking it lightly for 1 minute to think that we can, blow off Canberra off the park. They can score points. Ricky will have them up for it. He's a good motivator of men. So there's a lot of things to think about. But welcome in, Naned. Hope you're doing well, man, and your Dragons. Hope things are well with you. And thanks for popping in. We really appreciate you. What's up, Steph Boy? Welcome in, my man. Waz up the Waz from USA. Let's go, Pate. Let's go, man. Welcome in from America, man. The great US of A. A little bit missing our props. Let's not kid ourselves. There is a bit of that, right? Marata needs to step up. Coming up against a Tapine and a Horsburgh, they're going to be physical. Then you got Pups off the bench. So there's a bit of, you got to overcome that hurdle of physicality. We can do it, I believe, but it will take a little bit. Leko will have his best game yet today. Andrew Makasini, great to see you, Andrew. Great. That's a great call. That would be fantastic to see. For me personally, I don't need him to have his best game today. Although if he does, that's fantastic. Just want him to continue to build consistency. Same for Leatoa coming off injury. Just want him to get back in the flow of things. Defensive reads, defensively strong, all of those things. So that's really what I'm at. Yoza Tasio. Great to see you, my friend. SMH channel member. Welcome in, man. Good to see you, brother. Hope you are doing well and you've had a great day today. Stop the offloads. Hope the wet works in our favor. Yeah. The offloads is key. We saw that in round one. Now, I think we're a bit more capable of dealing with that and shutting it down. I think since that game, as a team, we've kind of neutralized offloads a lot better. So this will be a good indicator to see, is this just a poor matchup that they just are just too physical for us, or can we improve from what we did in Vegas? Keith, hey Keith, good to see you, my man. Afternoon all, big game. Ricky will have them ready to ambush us again. Hoping for some Vegas revenge. That is again, Ricky finds a way to motivate his teams, and especially here, he'll find some bulletin board material to. So, great to see that. Yeah, and good, and show some love to Tassiano from the GI area. Great to see you guys. Look, guys, they are just getting out here. Cold out, great to see everyone. Hopefully, it's a black. I can see a lot of the black 08 jerseys I got on right here. There are other ones. Obviously, the Dear Warrior just dropped the last 2 weeks. Passing showers, Lama's saying. So let's see how that goes. Wagwan, man. Let's go on, Warriors. Let's go still. Let's go. Tahi, man, moderator and channel member. Thank you, man. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to help with the algorithm team. We appreciate that. We really appreciate it. They got weeks at the back. Tamale, Chris, Tomoko, Savage, Strain, Fogarty. Just, they're full strength pretty much without Hudson Young. So this is a big matchup. Hey, Rose, man, good to see you, brother. Thank you, my man. Good to see you, and we'll catch up with you for sure. Man, look at that all black. There we go. The Deer Warrior is looking fantastic right now. Blackout is on. Let's go. Damn, I never knew that black could look so good. It looks really, really good, man. It looks really, really good on the boys. Let's go. Big night. Big night. Crowd looks good. I'm looking at it right now. Everyone is out tonight, man. Great to see it on the Sunday night. A bit of a cold night, bit of a chilly night for sure. That'll suit the Raiders too. They're used to that type of weather down in yeah, so good to see. Good to see. Starling's another one you just got to be wary of. A few Raiders fans out there tonight. Fair few. Yep. Shout out to the Raiders fans. Big up the Raiders fans getting out there. And the Raiders just coming out now, guys. Yeah, buckle in, enjoy the ride. If you are shooting off, we'll catch you at halftime. No problem there. The Raiders are starting to come out. Big physical guys, aren't they? When you look at them in size-wise, in rugby league terms, they are big. KO Weeks at the back can be deadly. Morkel's had a great little run. Tamale. It's a solid team. So, look, we're going to be in for a big physical night, massive physical night. This will be a big test. It is, Kelly. It's just exactly what I was saying. It's a big. You can see them out now, and you're thinking, okay, but a size there, Remember when you used to go out when you were a kid and you're under 8 or under 10, and then you come across the team, and then you're like, those guys might be a bit too big for us today. You can see the size on them, but I'm just saying in terms of we should be right up for this, definitely. Yeah, their Warrior looks fantastic. It does look fantastic. I think some of these kits as well, you'll be able to get them in terms of player mold. So that would be good to collect in terms of the player issued versions. Playoff atmosphere, yo, Matt. Absolutely. Here comes Kate Wall. Wow. That's crazy. Got a very Kiwis vibe for sure. Yeah, different, but very much in the Kiwis mold. It looks fantastic. And I know a lot of fans from the 06 era onwards would miss the black versions of our of our team. And I've always loved the blue, red, and green, but it's nice to go back to the black and white sometimes, or the black and grey. how we had in 2023. So it's good, really cool to see. Love it. And the 1NZ logo in the white color, they nailed it. Yeah, they are. They're looking really good, Tons. Looking sharp. Say it, Jimmy. Say it, man. Say it, brother. Say it. Good to see you, brother. Hey. Don't get too confident. Okay, here we go, guys. We're about to kick off. I'll give you a countdown when I get on screen. Here we go. And we are at, waiting for the scoreboard to pop up. Okay. Must be a New Zealand version. I can't give you a timeline. They haven't got a scoreboard up. Am I right in saying that? Yeah, I can't see any scoreboard. Okay, anyway. We just started. Marata taking the hit up here. A third tackle just over the 20-meter line, I think. Good little start here. Licker comes in full carry. Takes it to the 30. Nice and physical. Horsburgh over the top takes him down. Third tackle, I think. Egan squares it up. Nice line from CNK back through the middle. Going to go kick here. Bit of kick pressure on McCarthy. Gets it away and just in time. Nice height. Sitting on the 10. Tamale takes it. Taking it back up to the 20. Defense and right line speed is all there with Clark taking him down. Strange out of dummy half. Goes short side. Yeah, Tons, they don't have the tackle count or anything right now. I can't give you exact. But if you know where I'm at, Chris just got tackled. They're going up the other side. This is just New Zealand for you, I think. Timoko with a nice carry over halfway. One more tackle, I think. Tapine takes on the fourth, I'd say. Through to the 40-meter line with a probably high kick from Fogarty. Bit of pressure here on. That's going straight to CNK. He's got to take this flush on. He does. Great work. Takes it on the 10. Falls back. Good diffusal of that kick. Roger takes a carry here. Back through the middle. Tough carry. Big physical Starling. Big up, Jazz. Great to see you, man. Thank you, my man. Good to see you. Yeah, bro. Straight up. These guys are on a budget if there ever was one. Leotoa with his first carry. Great to see him come back in the fold. Looking good. Bit of tape around the legs. But he looks pretty good. Clark with another physical carry. Smithies and Horsburgh deal with him. 3-man in the tackle. Starling at the legs. Just over the 40. Going into the fourth tackle, I think. Oh, they're going to go fifth tackle, I think. Kick here. Harris to the left side. Targets down the left side with Xavier. Weeks takes it on the 10. Let's see what Weeks can do with a bit of straight through the middle. Nice physical tackle by Marata and Bunty. Shut him down around the 15. Xavier Savage back through the middle. Now we're on just over 30-meter line here. Tamale with the carry. We're doing really well. Physical tackle there. Nice shutdown by our boys. Leotoa in there. Timoko in there as well. Bunty and Clark. He takes him over the 50-meter line. They're going to go right, I think. Another carry for Smithies. Back in behind the ruck. A bit of yardage now for the Raiders. Going to go to Fogarty again. Targeting probably a Roger Tuivasa-Sheck. Where does he pitch it? He pitches it on CNK again. Can he defuse it? He does. Oh, no, and it's a knock on. 6 again. Whoa. I have no idea what Savage was doing there. But anyway, it's a restart tackle count. Defense on our goal line here. Big physical tackle by Capewell. Nicely done. 6 more there. Lying in the ruck a little bit from Capewell. Tarpini takes it through the middle. They're working left side posts here. They've got options to go left side. All right. They choose to go left. Block shape there. Out the back. It's on Leotoa. Can he get across? He does. And they shut that play down. Good defense. Actually, really a bit of a mix-up by Canberra. It wasn't very tidy, but hey, they botched it. We take care of it. Great defense so far. Bit of a spill there from CNK. Something to be aware of. That was a pretty poor take. So we need to tidy that up a bit. Dallin holds well. Dallin didn't jam there, which is great. He held for Leotoa. They're working 2-on-2. Great stuff. Roger, nice tackle, slips through around the 15-meter line. Go short side here with Capewell. Takes another carry here. Can they get a quick play of the ball? They go short side again. No, they open it up to the middle. CNK takes a carry as he always does. Nice through the middle there. Clark out the back. They go out wide here. Drop Liquor underneath. Cuts it back in the middle. 3 men in the tackle. So physical with Smithies leading the front line. Marata, nice leg speed and drive. He's looking very, very sharp to start this game off. 2 big carries. Taking down just over the 50. I think they got one more in them. And they go for the kick. Short side here. Bit of pressure on Xavier Savage. Not much, actually. Then takes the settler. Bit of a grinded out fest to start this game. No team wants to give away too much right now. Let's see who can be the most physical and dominant. KO Weeks breaks around the ruck. Nice tidy work. Tomoko is having a big night so far. He's really up for the physical battle. Be careful of Tomoko throughout this game. He's getting those yardage carries up for them. Tamale comes for some work through the middle. Egan wraps him up high with Lecker and Bunty. They're at the 50. The yardage is looking pretty good for the Raiders tonight. Chris behind the ruck. Yes, they're starting to find some space behind the ruck. A bit of speed around their play. They go right now to Fogarty. They're going to target CNK again. This time it's pitched more on Roger, so it is on Roger. And they're saying it was a push in the back, I think. Hosking pushed, must have been Pompey out of the way, I'd say. Let's see how this one unfolds. But fortunately for us, we get the play there. Not too sure what happened there. Okay. We get the penalty anyway. Just at the 30. So here we go. Build our setup. Can we get into attacking space here? Pompey takes it through to the 40. Disruptor. Thank you very much. Appreciate the Kelly. Marata again getting some nice strong carries. Very physical, but good to see that early stint here. He's doing right well. Left side of CHT works a bit of a shape short side. Nice work. Love that he's great at the line. Open back up to Clark. He's going to go take one behind the ruck again. So far, Canberra dealing with pretty much what we've got right now. Metcalf on the first receiver. Takes a run himself. Cuts behind the ruck again. Finds some feet. Twinkle toes. Fogarty wraps him up. Last tackle here. They go short side. Svita puts it in that spot. Nah, not much pressure on that kick. CNK tries to tap it back, but it falls into the way of line speed penalty. And now it's at the 22. Probably get to the 40 here with a kick from the Raiders. How we doing, everyone? Nice by RTS, DWZ, good signs. Come and chat, just got to be tight. Gucci, hope you're enjoying that game live, man. That's fantastic to see. Looks like it's great atmosphere tonight. 42 of you guys in here, guys. Please hit that like. Let's get 40 subscribers. 40 subscribers would be fantastic. About 40 likes, please. Yeah, Jazz, you bang out discipline. Keep the penalty 6 games down. But the physicality of the Raiders is starting to show, which can be an issue. Great to see you. Peace. Hope you've been doing well. Let's see if the boys can redeem themselves late. Vegas round. Let's go. Yeah, absolutely. Hoskins taking it over the 40. Bunty and they have done well so far. Sorry, just got an emergency test. Nationwide emergency test. Probably everyone on their phones probably got a message right now. They go left side to type and they're back through the ruck. They are targeting that middle. Offloads are starting to open up now. Be careful. Smithy's got to shut them down. That physicality, you cannot let the Raiders get on top. They'll love this feast. They'll love this type of a matchup. Starling in the ruck. Horsbrow at the back. Oh, Leotoa holds off. Got to be very, very careful there. I respect it. Don't dive on the ball. But let's see what. Oh, Chris has gone down. A little bit of a. Oh, we got whacked up. Is it winded or head knock? Okay, we'll have to wait and see. So, excuse me, guys. Just going to have a little bit of the old chocolate. I don't see anything there. Pompey struggles there. Yeah. Pompey just got out. Pompey was getting blocked out of that one, I think. Couldn't quite get to the spot to get the ball. Shane, I think it's pretty. Yeah, I mean a lot of whistle, but they are the more physical team right now. Horsburgh at the try line there at the middle of the post. Smithy's back against the green. Nice tackle, Morata had to shut that down. Will they open up the right side? I think they will. They're going to go left, it looks like. Metcalf very active. Get across. Leotoa better be better than that. Tighten up. Chris says is nimble, though. Tamale, take your settler. Stay in your line. Stay in your shape. Looks like fourth tackle, I'd say. They're going to go one more wide, and then here we go. Can we see if we get Tarpin through the middle? Got to clean up. Watch the offload. Knock on. Yes. Oh. Penalty. Okay, now, Shen, you're probably right. The ref is blowing a bit out of the whistle at the moment. I'm starting to see what you're saying now. I'm starting to see it. Horsburgh taking a settler. I think they're a bit of ball playing in them. Can we get a few errors out of them? They do look a little bit wanting to take the risks tonight. Yes. Yes. You got to stay on your feet, Corey. You got to stay on your feet. This is part of the job. You got to stay on your feet, buddy. Egan with a little touch on the head, a little bit of tap to sleep. No, pat the baby to bed. Egan with a bit of clarity on the eye. Bit of Rocky Balboa there, and he's just kind of cleaned it up. Okay, tough yardage here. Here we go. Roger comes in for a carry. Roger with the wristbands, bro. He's looking kind of, he's giving me that vibe right now. Penalty, nice work, Roger. Those are the ones where you think about Roger. It's the broken play tackles, the physicality in his. It gets penalties. That's equivalent of making 40 meters right there, getting you a penalty like that. That's why Roger is very dangerous to have. That's probably one of his arguments is to have him in that space. Bunty comes for a settler through the middle. Four packs holding in right now. It's not too bad. C&K behind the ruck. A little bit of footwork. Nice. He's playing a bit of runaway. He's playing a bit of tag right now. Love it. Love it. Yeah, 6 more. Great work. The Kiwi brothers having a little bit at each other right now. Bunty with a nice physical carry through the middle. 6 more. We got a lot better. We could probably work on our line right now. We could get down there. Clark plays out the back, turns it in nice. Metcalf gets caught. They shut down the outside pass. Work through the middle, I think. Work a bit more through the middle. Another set restart. Just play consistent. Nice liquor. Hold your line. That's great. Quick play the ball here. We can got a bit of tempo. Egan goes left. Nice cut back behind. Nice. CHT all on the right side. So they're swapping around him and Metcalf. Going to get clean up. Go back to the left, I'd say. CNK looks a bit gassed right now. Clark playing out the back beautifully. Nice shape. Bit of a deeper shape. One-on-one with Pompey. Timoko locks him down. Nice tackle. Six more. Nice Metcalf through. They are giving away a lot of 6 agains. They're not clean, the Raiders right now. Just play percentages. Someone is down on the left-hand side. Not sure who that it might be. CNK's been all over the set right now. And a crusher. Morata off the ball, looks like. Isaac, bro, I can hear it. The crowd is fantastic, bro. Joey, bro, clean it up. Clean up your fellas' game right now. Okay, you guys got to clean. Do not take the 2 points, please. Joey's saying soft as. Oh, Joey go for the old Mortal Kombat. He go for the kapahaka, the old rip the old hit. He's doing the old Mortal Kombat, the old Liu Kang, was it? Or who was that? Who was that guy in Mortal Kombat? He has the neck. Was it Johnny Cage's neck? I can't remember who it was, but yeah, Johnny Cage's neck or whatever. And then he did the old. Oh no, that's Bloodsport. It's a Bloodsport where he does that to Van Damme's mate. I can't remember what one it is. But... Oh, I've got no issue with horrors, bro. You're gonna go for a lead line. You are gonna take a bit of content. Oh, yeah, a little bit relaxed, a little bit of a detail in there. Yeah, I don't mind that. Got no issue with it. Taking the 2 here, I'm not sure on this, man. I really am not. But it plays into the fact this is what they've been doing all year. Build the points on scoreboard pressure. I think that's a tactic they're going with this year. Borderline. This is border patrol. We got to get the. If he's over the line, he's over the line. Send him, ref. Send him off, bro. The crowd is pumped up right now. Absolutely fantastic. Bunty comes in for a carry here. Big build up here. Nice physicality. I'm loving it. 4-man in. Had to get up into doing. Has a little bit on the end there. A little tag on him in the end. Lecker, nice through the middle. Very physical. He's this is a great matchup for Lecker. Oof. Egan might find some reward late in the game here because they are trying to be physical around the ruck. Can you get 3 in the tackle and start to work them when the play the ball starts to pick up a little bit? I think there's going to be space behind the ruck if they Pompey just a little bit of work. Nice Pompey, just drag it out. Nice. When they're playing negative defense like that, eat up the meters. That's perfect. Clark, man, nice getting it. Just hold the ball. Nice. Hey, that's what should have happened to RTS last week. That's the exact type of play. He called it. G Unit's called it right. That would be actually less of a knock on than what RTS's one was last week. Well, we absolutely take it. This is a great attacking set right now. 15 minutes in the game, you got the 2 points. Can you get it to 8? Settler by CNK. CNK's been all over this first half. Outside line in. We're going to go left again, I think, here. They got the numbers. There it is. Oh, nice defense by the Raiders. But Tomoko's been solid so far this half. Pushed it a little bit too much there. And I know the Warriors use that as a tactic. They go left, 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 left. Try and squeeze that number. They had the numbers each time. They forced that last one a little bit too much for mine. Yeah, just again, they're being a bit too greedy for mine. That's when you can get a little bit too greedy. Yeah, the Warriors Towns, they usually do that where they're trying to squeeze. Each time you go that side, you squeeze a defender out and you get that overlap eventually. But the Raiders did a good job there just seeing that and knowing what. Savage with a big physical carry. Lecker does well to deal with him. Forsberg goes down, slips down actually. Tapine goes out the back. Strange has to sacrifice surrender as the lead runner was still in the line. Fogarty kicks it well. Now a bit of pressure on Roger. Takes it well. Nice physicals, hit and spin. Going to get a quick play of the ball here. Does well. Dallin with the carry as well. Has to be physical. Does well. Takes it to the 30. Going to go RTS again. One more. Takes it just short of the 40. Nice work. Squeezes a bit of extra yardage. Oh, a bit risky there. CNK does well. He's been all over the place. Probably going to end up with 100 meters already by half time. Maybe 150. Egan, nice little bit of work. Starting to work that ruck a little bit. Clark goes dummy half to Metcalf. Paul sits high. He is falling a little bit short on the 10. Not kick chase can't get there quite on time, but they are there solid. Nice black wall right there. Tamale fighting through the tackle a little bit. The back five of the Raiders is finding some space. Just getting over the 50, short of the 50 here. They play short side. Everyone looks solid, though. Defense is probably, everyone's nullifying each other right now. Tomoko having a big night, though, with yardage-wise. Fogarty is using that boot. He is looking for an error from CNK again. CNK has been all over the shop, done a wonderful job. Dallin with a big carry there. Gets whacked, though. Nice tackle. Sasangi right there. Leatoa. They are charging hard right now, trying to slow that tempo down, and they are. It's all very one out at the moment, but we are trying to get a bit of width. Metcalf has to go for a longer kick. He does go for 40-20. It bounces just inside with KO Weeks takes it. It is a battlefield right now. Both teams just trying to get settled in, take the grind, get through their tackles, see who can dominate, who's going to break first. The Raiders look up for it. Definitely look up for it. Tamale. Nice tackle by Metcalf. Gets him around the collar. Still no scoreboard from bloody... That's a great one, Jed. Get the kids up there, man. Get the kids to do some work, actually. Hey, is the scoreboard? Yeah, well, no, it isn't. That's what I'm saying. There's no scoreboard. Sky Sports are cutting. They don't have enough money for. Right, CNK through. On the outside, can we get forward stay hit? Yeah, forward. Don't get involved in the play because you technically can't. Great stuff from forward. That's the key there. Couldn't get involved there. Here we go. Now we got a bit of an opening. Can we square it up? Maybe take a hit. Metcalf goes for the run. Good on him. We need someone there on the line to support him a bit more. Roger comes in for a carry. That middle defense is nice from Roger. What a carry that is. Can we build and go left? The numbers are looking like we've got right numbers. Can we square it up? They're going to square one to forward. Now we've got to go hit left, I'd say. Nice hit up from forward. Bit of tempo there. Can we get up quickly? Slowed it down enough. Let's see what happens. They go out the back to Metcalf. No one's with him. Who's with him? No one's on the line. That's a bit poor. We need more guys up at the line. Six more. Wow. Great stuff from forward, nearly over the line. They are going to crack if we are patient here. Got to be patient. No, what a put down from RTS. That is how you do it, man. Oh, fantastic stuff right there. Absolutely beautiful. That is wonderful. I want to see the replay of this here. But they absolutely nailed that with no little to no space. RTS with the killer. Let's have a look at this. Nice line break. CNK's been all over this game right now. Fantastic. He is right up for this. Yeah, we showed patience there. Pompey, great work. Oh, have to see the sideline view. Let's have a little look. They're going through the play again. Try confirmed. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Physicality. Oh, that foot just drags and great work from RTS. Absolutely beautiful. What a beautiful try. Beautiful stuff. And great work from Pompey. Great work from everyone involved. Bro, I love the design on the collar too. It's not really a collar, but it's like a short polo collar. Nice little design. Love it. Bro, straight up Kelly. CNK playing like an actual Edwards right now. Is on an absolute tear. Let's see this kick here. You can see that white rain in the background now. Yeah, it is. It is moving a bit of wind there, I'd say. You see how this goes. Wow. What a kick right there, man. Fantastic. 8-0. This is fantastic right now. Pompey does well just to hold that. Get Savage interested. Savage has that tendency to just, oh no, sorry, is that KO Weeks? They get the numbers, KO Weeks comes across, they get the numbers, and they get KO isolated. Just like the Beast. Remember the old days of the Beast? Give the Beast early ball on the outside, square him up one-on-one. RTS with a little mini Beast there. It's fantastic stuff. Look, 8-0 right now. We're in a good spot now. Nothing silly, nothing soft. We played a very clean game. Everyone's looking really, really good. Ford come on with a nice few carries around there. He's looking to get about in the middle. Yardage starting to open up a bit. Weeby's coming in with the bench rotations, looking very, very sharp. Lecker's been really solid, taking the physical battle along with Horsburgh and Smithies. It gets dragged back there, a little bit tired, probably in the legs, but physicality of this is where you can start to get Canberra, though. That overexertion, there are gaps around the ruck. Marata takes a carry. Marata's having a good little run here. Looking a lot better in the middle of the park. Clock start taking the carry there. Metcalf with a kick pressure. He gets it away. Falls on the 10 again for Weeks in the middle of the park. The defense is there, rock solid. Absolutely fantastic. Ford does well with Clark. Tamale looking really good. Big physical. He's done well for Tamale with physicality. The back five they've had is keeping them in the game a lot. Xavier Savage, defensively, we are squaring up in that umbrella kind of shape. The offload starting to open up, though. They're going to force the pass. That is the risk from Canberra. If they can get it away, they got speed men to attack. KO Weeks comes in at dummy half. Horsburgh, nice tackle from Marata. Marata's having a blinder so far. Absolutely fantastic. Joey Tarpanet, nice physical. Hold him up. Good work from Clark. Joey not happy with it. Getting straight at the roof. Bit of a dead zone kick. Got to be careful here. Yep, wrap him up. Forward. Nice. Go, Gatewell. Hold it. Oh, nice. We've got a bit of flow here. Bit of counter-attacking football. Here we go. Let's go. They're going to go right. CHT gets that first receiver. Great stuff. Take a tackle there. Good stuff. Love to see the physicality. Great attacking set here. Can we build into something? Lecker takes a big carry here from the middle. Very physical. Can he get the offload? No, he does. Does well to hold it up. Penalty there. Oh, yo, G has gone to the Simbin. He's had enough. Horsburgh. Joey's really struggling right there. Horsburgh in the bin. We got a prime opportunity here to pile some points on. It's not really a crusher, but I see where they go. Hey, the ref's been talking to these guys all game, so it's fair enough. He's told them clean up, clean up, clean up. So if they haven't been listening, it's a bit of a surprise, Simbin, but just too physical right now. We've got a prime opportunity. The halves just get the numbers right, get everything going. Nice. Wow, look at that pass. Clean it up, clean it up. Stay in, stay in, stay in. Ah. It is a little bit wet, guys. We do not need to throw the ball around like that. Papa Lee about to come on for their first interchange. That pass from Egan was fantastic. Yeah, in this weather, I play a lot more in the middle, not so much a wide play like that. What we get, this is the first of 9 minutes. We've got to be solid. Raiders will try and kick it with Fogarty. The back five, with a lot of pressure on them to build some more pressure. Let's just play clean. Smithy's had a good first half, this kid. So Sangi, a bit of yardage there, and they've still got a bit of explosiveness. We've got to be careful here from the Raiders. Papa Lee there with a carry through the middle. Fogarty cuts one across the grain. Draws in that dead zone there. Nice from Pompey to wrap it up. Great work, Pomps. That's our man Pompey right there. Pulls him up but says, don't do that next time. Okay, here we go. Bit of tempo here. Look, Matt, prime opportunity here too. Prime opportunity to get some points on the board. Can you take it out to 14-0? Don't force it. Build the pressure. Get them tired. They're going to work overtime with 12 men. So let's do that first. Very physical at the moment. Very physical battle. Okay, well, takes a settler. CHT sitting up short side now, a bit slow. Then push it back to the middle. Alasima finds some space. Nice quick play of the ball there. Egan can go. Who's going with Egan? Nice little cutout pass. Oh, and that's the errors that are piling up. Yeah, the defense is winning. It is. It really is. No, guys, there is the Sky Sports. They're low budget guys. I pay $55 for these guys, and they can't get a scoreboard up for me. That's how poor it is. Tamale out of the ruck there. Bit of an opening starting to open up here. Marata, Leck has done an amount of work, so has Clark so far. They are trying to work around that middle, but Clark has been physical. That middle pack has been dealing with. Papa Stone going Clark. I love it. Love it. Come on, Dallin. You got to make that tackle right there. That is poor from Dallin, man. That is real, real poor. Again, this is what you shouldn't be doing when you got them to 12 men. Dallin a little bit soft there. I need to see the replay. Was not active enough in closing that threat down. There was a threat there. But this is what happens when you don't. Let's have a look. Yeah, see, Dallin's got to be active there. If Pompey's going to go, you can manage the outside with the wet weather. Do you know what I mean? If he throws a cut-up pass, you can manage that. Yeah, it's just poor. I think that the inside pressure obviously is bad, but definitely Dallin could have done better there to shut that one down. That's why you got to be careful with these guys. You do have to be careful. Yeah, and to their credit, Shin, they've got threat there as well. And with this wet weather, they're going to take some risks. But if you don't show up defensively, they will capitalize on that. Yeah, a little bit a little bit from CHT as well. Poor errors for sure. Yeah, I mean that was a bad highlight on Dallin, and it wasn't typically an jamming in outside play. That was just cleanup work. You got to be active. Papa Lee here. Now they got another tip just to kill time. Trying to poke through now. Papa Lee's come on, give a bit of impact as well. Yeah, and you just can't do those extra head ups. They're starting to compound now with 12 men. You can't do those little extras. Papa won that tackle. You got to let go. There's a problem though. When you give the Raiders a little sniff, they can really turn it. And then you go to Ricky at halftime. He gives them a speech. They'll be feeling confident going into that second half. For those that don't have the New Zealand watch, it is 34 minutes right now. So, look, they got 6 minutes to play with. They probably get their 13th man back at second half. They go through Smithies. So I'll drop in off tackles a little bit here. They'll be very careful. Last tackle here. They're going to go to Fogarty, who goes for the crossfield kick. In that dead zone. Well weighted kick from there. Good work from Metcalf there. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no idea why Jerry. It's just Sky Sports, man. They've said they're trying to fix it, but short kickoff here from Metcalf. It falls in the zone, but Weeks takes it. Taking set here for we've pretty much killed the whole 10 minutes, Simbin, because we've been on the defensive. So credit to Canberra there. They are taking advantage of that. Hoskins back through the middle. Guys are starting to drop off tackles. I'm a little concerned here. Got to be very careful. The energy looks a little bit flat. Great tackle. Who was that, Metcalf? Good hustle, man. Gotta be very careful here. Smithies. Papa takes a settler. They're building to something here. The Raiders got to be very careful. They haven't had much luck out wide. Very much broken play stuff. So if we can stay tidy and clean, Pompey does well. Pushes Timoko back on the inside. No offloads. Play it tight. There we go. Scoreboard is finally on. 6 again. Come on. That was a bit rough, that one. Just got to defend here, guys. Be careful, man. You might go to the bin as well. Got to be careful with G. Looking tired around the middle. Papa Lee's come on and really made a big impact. You got to give Sticky some credit here with his interchanges. 12 men. Here we go. Can we defend this play? Oh, a little wraparound. Oh, that was a nice little play. Got to clean up. Watch the short side raid. Got to be careful here. Get back on the defensive line, CNK. You're going to open up the left side. Oh, we are really skinned for the outside. They're going to push it red. Everyone's really squeezed in. Leotola got to be a bit more active there. I know it's tricky with the wet footing, but he does well. Fifth tackle. Can we survive this right now? Fogarty with the crossfield. Little dinking behind. Oh, no. Clean that up. Johnny, good to see you, man. Guys, this is good. This is a big physical part of the game. We've got to hold on here. We got to survive here. Metcalf was fantastic at that tackle. The wet footy. That was a good kick from Fogarty. Nah, good call, go long. That was smart. That was smart. Here we go. Just got to defend 2 minutes here. Pops ain't got the energy no more. He's a bit long in the tooth. He's like, I don't really want to do this. Hawes are back in. They got their 13th man back on. Now we're a bit under the pressure here. Drop it underneath. Oh, Fogarty, a little bit of work. A little bit of a Nathan Cleary there. Not much happening, though. Their halves haven't really done much today, to be honest. They played a simple game plan. Not overextending themselves. Nice kicking behind. Clean that up, CNK. Slow it down. Let's get to halftime here. It's a big physical battle right now. Nice work from CNK. Cleaned it out. Okay, here's a dropout. Go long again, in my opinion. Go long. Looks like you're going to go. Come on. Oh. Take the 2. That's all right. Pompey. Pomps just a detail, bro. Detail. Detail, Pomps. I actually kind of don't mind this, taking the 2. Yeah, in my opinion, that's actually not too bad. Would rather this than. Two better than 6. Bang on there, Steph. Bang on. Looks like it's going to be 8-8. Oh, it's already on the other scoreboard, so I'm a little bit behind. And it is halftime, 8-8, guys. We're in the thick of this right now. Let me just look in the stats, guys. But yeah, get your chats in, guys. 52 of you in here. Great to have you in here. A little bit of laziness from Pompey there. Yep. They're tight games. They are tight games. At times, you gotta get away from them. Let's just look statistically a little bit at what the Warriors have got here. Just want to see the numbers on NRL.com. Look, 8-8. We're thinking we had that little bit of momentum. We dropped 2 passes. RTS took one ball outside. CHT dropped one. Then we had a few knock-ons. Did well to technically defend ourselves in that set. So I got no issue right there. But it is a tight game. That physicality starting to bounce back. They found a little bit of a second win. 55 to 45% possession. Look, completions dropping down a little bit. 17 to 22 for us, 20 of 23 for them. So they're in for it. Ricky said, hey, guys, try and keep the ball as much as you can. We're going to battle it out. We're going to overpower them. That's what Ricky's pretty much said. Yardage-wise, they're just ahead of us. Post-contact's looking pretty good. Line breaks 2-1 for us. Tackle breaks. Everything's looking pretty clean. Offloads not a big offloading game so far. I think both teams are respecting the weather a bit. They don't want to throw it too much. Kicking meters in our favor. Forced dropouts. Yeah, 3 forced dropouts. So that's going to start to add up. Fogarty playing a very good short kicking game right now. Defensive efficiency is still very tight. Look, they're dropping off a little bit more. We're still pretty clean. Can we force them into a few more errors? 5 errors from everyone. So it's a pretty tight game right now. It's anyone's game, in my opinion. But you got to give credit to them. Feel like the back end of they have the momentum, they'll be fired up. Yeah, Ricky will go into them to say halftime, hey guys, we've got them right now. We've got them right where we want them. Let's go and finish the job. For Webby, he's got to find a little bit more. I think he's got to find a little bit more off the bench. He's got to find some more creativity, a little bit more. The halves. Look, that left side play where we usually squeeze defenders, that's not going to work against the Raiders. They are a pretty solid defensive team, and they kind of understand our offensive attacking. We're going to need a little bit more broken play type tries. We're going to need a little bit more of a kicking game from Metcalf, a little bit of a short kicking game. Metcalf and CHT probably need to get some repeats, build some pressure. Don't just rely on 6 games, but find some other ways to get pressure. We need to clean up, as Jazz is saying, need to be cleaning up, tidy up. Yeah, defense deserved it, and both teams pretty solid in my opinion. The middles, their back 5 starting to get a little bit of dominance. Although CNK has been overexerting himself, I would like to see a bit more from Dallin. I'd like to see a little bit more from the centers, but CNK has been keeping us right in this mix. I think Clark's been playing well. Marata, that front row. Now we're going to see this little window here with Ford and Dimitri. Can we hold them out a little bit? I think you try and save Marata and that lot last as much as you can. What do they do with Tamari Martin? Can he come in and impact the game? I don't think so. I think it's a bit too physical. And we're not looking for really ball playing out the back stuff right now. I think we're looking for something to square it up through the middle. But we might need a bit of that creativity at some point. So Hens channel member saying big emphasis in completed tackles. The rest think those quick plays was going to be important. It is. It really is. And not on this too. We're still playing very, very well. There's no doubt about that. I wouldn't say Kelly that Leck has been shut down. I think they've been targeting him defensively. I definitely think they're going to try and put some work through him so that they nullify that. But Lecker as a starter now, this is just the type of role he has to be. He has to be physical. And but you can see that last hit up he took, he lost a bit of his legs. That's why I think maybe you go and you hit the bench, a bit more. You hit the bench with, say, a Laban. You bring him on and give Lecker a little break right there. So that's, in fairness, you're right. They are very suchy. They are very quick. They are very. Mr. Bob Dabalina. So I love that song. Yeah, need to tidy up a little bit there. Ruck defense for sure. Yeah, not a massive area for Pomps, just a little detail, but in actual sense, I don't mind the 2 points. But yeah, obviously you want to play a defensive game and keep them shut out. I'm saying that let's be better. Yeah, they are a good solid side, Canberra, and home or away they can be deadly. Papa Lee came on and brought that physical presence, got that penalty. Smithy's been solid around the ruck, and they've got some left in the tank. Joey's just gone off. Horsburgh's back on. Starling's starting to make some impact. You know, Fogarty and Strange, they haven't overplayed their hand. Fogarty's been a massive kicking game. You cannot fault him for that. And their back five's been solid. No errors from them, really. So this is a 50-50 game right now. It's whoever can score. You know, there's going to be some key moments. I thought Metcalf's tackle was absolutely pivotal, but we might need another one of those. We did look a little bit tired there. I mean, they got Owen Paddy off the bench too that can come on. Noah Martin, Ata Mariota, they haven't even used him yet. They've been very sparing with the interchanges. So, and you know, G is going to be on the six again a little bit. G for me, G unit is a little bit of a six again heavy type referee. So expect to have to defend your goal line a lot, which we have. When do you zert TMM? Look, I can't see him in this game right now. Unless you can promise me they're going to get some attacking dominance. And can he really work around the ruck like that? I mean, Clark's doing a great job, but he is going to tire at some point. So it's going to be something that, you know, it's going to be like get some points, and you bring him on and be defensive, and you just shut up shop. But for me, you got to say he has to create some impact. You might have to come on and we need a little bit something else. You just need I think what it is what we just need. We need a little bit of just something from our back rowers or from a line break. You know, you need something from Egan. But yeah, points, they're tough to come by. Dom's going to Mighty in now. So I'd be interested to see what Webby does. This is a just tell her the heart rate. Sachi, let me know what your heart rate's telling you. If your heart rate's going up per half, that'd be fantastic. But look, it's a really tricky one. I mean, you got to. For me personally, I think the Raiders are in a bit of the ascendancy. They could start to get some control of this game. We need something more from obviously the halves, and it's not so much creating tries. It could be getting, it could be getting repeat sets, 50-50 balls. Look, we did this. What was this against the Broncos? I remember we put the short kicks in the air. We're struggling to get on their goal line, though. If you notice, we haven't quite got down their end of the field in a while. So we need to be a bit more creative in terms of on our goal line. Maybe look for the little kick in the air, get the 50-50s. Although they're battling it physically with Pompey, kind of diffuse that threat. But the try to RTS was class. Can we get a bit more broken play like that? It's going to have to be very creative and very efficient because the Raiders know that. And what I mean by that is I knew when we went to that left pattern that we do. If you haven't seen that, I've talked a lot about that on my videos on Instagram. But they go left, hit just on the left post, hit again left, and they hit left, and they went 4 times this time, and the Raiders shut it down each time. So you got to be a bit more different. You got to create something a little bit different. Can you get the markers not squared up? Can you manipulate around the middle a bit more? Those are the types of things I'm talking about. But it's a 50-50 game right now. It's whoever comes out and seizes the moment is going to be really important. Zach saying Team M comes in when the Raiders force start to fatigue so that CHT can roam around from dummy half. Yeah, there's definitely something there. I'm just trying to think when you pull the pin. Do you pull the pin when you're behind, or do you pull the pin when you're in the front? It's kind of like I'm not quite sure he's the game changer that you bring on off the bench and it gets you in front of the game. I'm thinking it's more like if we get some a try, then you maybe bring on you leave them off, or if they are ahead, do you chase points and start to be a bit more push the pass sideways type of thing. Left hand side tech TMM could be. Need Egan to step up. He's playing solid, but just needs some more deception. Yeah. Just a little bit. It does look a little bit like there are openings, but maybe they open up a little bit later in this half. But I totally get what you're saying. Okay. But great chat, everyone. 55 of you guys in here. We appreciate everyone that's coming in. But you hit that like and subscribe. Great guys. And anyone that is new, we're grateful to have you here at Wild TV. It does have that vibe, doesn't it? It has that golden point vibe. Um, definitely does. But yes. Otherwise, how are we feeling, people? Everyone had a good week? Everyone feeling pretty good? Um, I know it's one. I know it's a bit of a. I knew this was going to be a physical game. I knew this was going to be a tight one. Um, and if these two play it out in a top four battle at the end of the season, I think this would be good work for us to get a feel for the Raiders and really start the game plan moving forward. Dom's saying that we are getting monstered a little bit in that middle. Yeah, a little great start from the boys. It was they are playing well. Like that first stint from Barata was fantastic. CNK's been all over the place. Let me just quickly look at numbers for everyone. I did look at team stats, but what have we got here? Yeah, so what we got 9 for 111 from CNK. They're a bit light. The whole back five a little bit light, expired from Rogers. So just again, you need a little bit more from them. Oh, sorry, Catewell's not in there. So Metcalf and CHT, I do love the running game, but need some support runners on them. Numbers are still quite low for the front row. That's probably where we are missing something with. Obviously missing it with um, what's his name, with Ford and Barnett. We are, but the boys are holding in really well to deal with that. But Rogers probably been the highlight in terms of yardage, getting a penalty. So there is a little bit there to be concerned about, but yeah, we're doing quite well to hold in. Yeah, and maybe a bit of Laban, maybe another kick for Laban, bit of activating Laban a little bit more. Sure. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. Hey, welcome in, Andy from Facebook, number 10 for the Raiders. Okay, should have looked at that guy. Yes, we're going wide too much. Raiders picking us off. Yes, we are going a little bit too wide, in my opinion. We just need to be a bit better. We gotta just square up a little bit, in my opinion. Defensive line needs to be disciplined. Ref called us out a few times. Yeah, he has. We just gotta be tidy. It's gotta be very tidy. Andy, yeah, no, I think we're just gonna stay disciplined, buddy. Definitely gonna stay disciplined. Don't worry about the opposition too much. Yeah, John, that is one key piece. We got to be careful when they are off the field. Aaron off the field, we are going to lose that energy. He's been playing great with that ball playing, for sure. Yeah, maybe go left a little bit more. Go activate their left side. I think a little bit more like those games where Dallin and RTS cut back in the middle a little bit. You get the ball wide, then you cut it back inside. You find some space in behind. That you find little things where you can kind of activate it. That's how I see it. Just quickly, guys, before this game plays out, I don't mind if we lose against the Rabbitohs or struggle against the Sharks away. I want to make Mount Smart a fortress. That's important for me. Keeping Mount Smart as a fortress will make us stronger. So, I think that's very, very important. But on my end, guys, CNK just coming back out. There is Savage. Big Sav. Bang on there. Yep. Grubbers. Definitely. Use that stuff. And kickoff is underway, guys. And back to no scoreboard. These guys can't sort themselves out at Sky Sport. Come on, man. Where's your scoreboard at? Horsburgh takes a carry through the middle. Yeah, there it is. So I'm 40, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. If you guys want to be in line with me, you can. Horsburgh takes a head up to Papa Lee. Rides it short. CHT takes him down. Bit of line speed here from the Raiders. They're getting a bit of tempo here. Got to be very careful. We look a little bit flat out of the blocks. You got to be very careful. Fogarty goes for a kick here. He pitches it on. RTS takes it. Takes it well. Roger finds some space. Whoa, takes a big hit on Starling, who gets rocked back. DWZ takes a carry with an offload. Nice little second phase there. Take it over to 25. Second tackle there. Dallin comes back again. That's a bit more active from Dallin. Must have got a rev up at halftime. Clark's going to look like he's going to play 80 minutes here. He's looking fresh, though. But being asked to do a bit of work tonight. Dimitrik takes a carry here. Bit of forward momentum. Very strong. CHT kicks it long. Nice over the top from Savage. Nice. Savage takes it well. The defense, great work from line speed from Capewell. Pompey drives him back. Great defense. It keeps him on the 10. Should be a good defensive set here if we play well. Tomoko with physicality, but we shut him down just short of the 20. Tamale gets taken down just over the 20. Sasangi as well, just over the 40. They're starting to find some yardage. We're doing well to keep them down, but Horsburgh playing a bit of ball playing. A little bit high from Dimitrik. Very, very lazy. That was poor. There was nothing about that. There was deception-wise. That was just poor. Attacking set. Attacking set for the Raiders. That's laziness. Right there. There was nothing there deception-wise that there's no need for that. That's just poor. That is poor. It wasn't any drop in height. There was just laziness. Seb Chris takes a hit up here. Leotar wraps him up just over the 30. Strange down to get involved. Looks like the range died off a tad, so they are moving the ball a little bit wide. Hosking, nice work from CHT. Takes out Hosking well with Capewell. Kyoix takes something short side. Pompey wraps him up. Eden gets back in the line. Fogarty working sideways. Looks like a forward pass personally, but won't call it. Great tackle from Clark and Lecker. Fantastic on the big popper. They go left again. Early ball to Sasang. A little wrap around late. We wrap it up. Good defense. They're going to square back to Fogarty. A little bit kicking behind, probably around the goalposts. They do. They get it right on the goalpost line. Nice from CHT just to hold that. Good work. Here we go. Leotoa, Pompey, sorry, gets dragged back. Big physical set here from the Raiders. Going to defend well, but we need RTS to just kind of squeeze that defensive line. Pull it away. And she does. Dallin coming in for a bit of work, which is what we need. He has to be a bit more active. Jacko Ford takes a carry. Gets his nose through. Gets it to the 30. Long kick here, probably from a Metcalf or probably go CHT, I'd say. Which they do. Can he get a little bit of length on it? Gets it to the 20. A little bit short. It's going to be attacking a set for the Raiders from the 40. So good position for them. They're going to have to take advantage of this. Tomoko starting to come in for carry. He's been very physical. Hosking coming in for a bit of a yardage carry there. Takes it wide just on the tram lines. On the 40. Work it back to the middle with Horsburgh. He takes a settler there on the 4th. Gonna go left again. Bit of tempo there. Strange breaks the line. Breaking 2-3 tackles there. Bit of tempo now. Got to be careful. They open up the right side. Can they find a little bit of a kick in behind? And it's too long for Fogarty. That's a blessing in disguise for us. Fogarty really put some weight on there. 20-meter restart. Roger gets to the line. Takes the carry here. Offside there. Should have been a penalty, but Roger takes 125. That is a real benefit for us right now. Penalty. Do not send Lecker off, please. Yeah. Good work. Good work, G. A bit of a flop there from Dallin. Looks right at the ref size. Yeah. We'll take that. We'll take that. A bit dramatic, but he got the penalty. He milked that one a little bit. Okay, we needed that one, though. We're in a tough spot here. Yeah, Tahi, you bang on. Try and play who's the most dominant. Just stay away from it. Stay in a clean game here. Bit of tempo here and they play the ball. CHT getting in there. Nice tackle from Strange. Shuts him down. Bad pass. Nah, don't challenge it. Okay. This is a bit interesting challenge here. He does turn towards his own goal line, so that may be why we might get it. Boys seem to know the rules. They were dead set clear on what they were doing. Oh, the ball goes backwards. Okay, see, the boys know the rules. They know their rules. Hey, Damien, man, good to see you, bro. Knock back. Love it. Third tackle. Here do we go. Jackson, nice little bit of physical carry. Let's see what we got here. They could drop some underneath. Nice physical look. 4 guys in the tackle there. That's fantastic. Yep. Wow. Clark did well to get that off the ground. Oh, Clark. No way. No way. Oh, that would have been the try of the season. Oh, Clark was gangster. Whatever that was, it was legit, bro. Knock on there. A little bit of a slip in the. Oh, no, maybe not. What's Dallin saying here? Oh, yeah, Tamale got a hand on it. Okay, anyway, we're at the 40. Good attacking space here. Pompey there takes it to the 40. Jacko forward finds his feet. 4th tackle here. There you go. Ah. Yeah, the discipline from the Raiders is just. And for the 2, okay. See, the thing with this 2, taking the 2 is, I think the team feel as they can defend points. Yeah, a little bit high. Yep. Yeah, taking the 2. I can see it. Yeah, Jacko took advantage of that one. Nice kick, man. 10 points to 8. We'll take that. Hey, Killer, good to see you, man. Channel member. Yeah, Raiders are mentally starting to break down a little bit. Definitely. Laban on, great stuff. But energy picked up here. Here we go. Ford takes a carry to the 30. Looking pretty good here. Tempo's picked up a bit. Laban, nice carry there. Lecker coming in with a nice yardage. Oh, and the error just pops up. Got to clean up here. That's just unforced errors. Got to be careful. Fogarty there. Laban nice and physical. And Mariota is on now. Ata Mariota takes a carry to the middle of the park. Let's see what they got here. It's very slippery. Metcalf does a great number defensively on his outside. Great on his opposite. Little ball play there from Smithies through the middle. We wrap it up. Smithies, again, they're going to go for that kick probably. Nice, man. Canberra's got nothing right now. I'm going to call it right now. They got nothing. As long as we defend and play our game. Leotoa with a hit up there. Probably Ali's just lost his legs a little bit. He'll be all right next week, I'd say. Dallin coming in for a bit of work. He's been a bit better, Dallin, a bit more active. Not getting the yardage numbers, but he's been physical. He's been taking the hard hit ups. They need a clean game. Auntie's back on here for the yardage work. Ford comes on. Must have taken off Dimitri, I'd say. Metcalf's kick falls at the 25. Not getting the massive yardage kicks that we need, but we're doing enough to defend as well. So, yeah, Chris comes in for a carry here. Timorkel's starting to get into some work. They're just trying to pin us down our end. They're just trying to say, we're going to grind you guys down. They haven't got much creation, though. You can tell they're kind of they're struggling for ideas right now. Starling tried to do the old fourth. Oh, then I think they'll get this. The Raiders. Ah. You tried to do the old NFL. Yeah, he knocked it on. Knocked it on, Kelly. RTS with a nice carry. Lekker's been awesome. Top your neck. Calm down, mate. Calm down. That was a late shot, bro. The tackle was over. Oh, Tops has been all over this. He's been all over the place. Yeah, brother. Pepsi Mac, man. Chris, gotta be careful for this guy. Nice tackle, Metcalf. 6 again. Damn. We can't afford to get caught up in what they're trying to do. They're trying to make us emotional and lose focus of what we got to do. We just need to stay solid. They haven't got much threat. They can't get any traction in their attack. Lecker's got to be tidy, though. All our back row is got to be tidy. Oh. Good defense, man. We're holding up. Just going to diffuse this play. Get a bit active here. Yeah, that's actually not bad flow. I get that. Yeah, as an opposition tonight, though, obviously. But I know what you're saying. Ah. But see, the thing is, the Raiders don't have much. They don't have much attack. We got them tonight. I think we just got to hold up. We need to hold out. But this possession is going to be too much. You get a feeling they got too much ball that they'll just find a way through. They are physical, though. Nice work from. Just stay tight. Yeah, they got not. They haven't got much attack, man. Fourth tackle here. Ah, 6 again. Come on, G. Come on, G unit. Ah, come on. They were slow to play their ball. G Unit is just all over the shop, man. Ten in the bin. Ah! Ah! Oh my goodness. That's a bit OTT from my opinion. That is OTT from G. He's getting a bit carried away. He's getting a bit carried away with the 6 against G. And I know he's trigger. He loves the 6 against on G. Show you versus Chicks there. Yeah, maybe TMM to fullback. We'll see what happens. It's over riffing. It's over refereeing. Well, it's the over refereeing of the game. Chargers going to Simbin. Looks like Tamida is on. Just slow this game. Kill 2 minutes of the time. Absolutely. Massive 10 minutes right here. Massive 5 to 10 minutes. Hoskin's been solid for them. Just over the 30-meter there. Mariota takes it over to the 40. Blanks, I think so. You might take the field goal early. Maybe around the 70-minute, man. Paddy, oh wow, he's really dominating. Jacko 4, yes. Hey, no one was at home. Home alone. RTS in there. Leto, got to do some carries. Back 5 got to really pick up here. Physicality of Canberra just really dominating, aren't they? RTS is hungry, though. He's going to come in for a carry here. Pompey with some yardage carries here. Just play it tight. They go for the kick for Metcalf. A little bit long out of the feet, I think. Gets it to the 10, but need an error here from the Raiders. Tamale finding some grass. Laban, come on, man. Oh, my goodness. They're starting to dominate this back 5 with Canberra. Lines through the that is soft. That is soft right there. That was going to break the straw to break the camel's back, I think, unfortunately. Just Bunty, lazy. Probably got to go to Marata right now. Ah. Yeah, that was soft. Too soft. It's just starting to break down, unfortunately. It's starting to break down. Okay, guys. Big 14 minutes here. I mean, one more try, and I think that might be game for Raiders. So we got to respond here. Fogarty with this kick to make it 16-10. And I look at my scoreboard, and he must have got the kick. So I'm a little bit delayed, but yeah. 16-10 to the Raiders, man. Tamari probably could have done better there. I think he might have probably been a bit more. He didn't respond quickly enough to the threat. He should have gone directly to Fogarty. 16-10 is not insurmountable, but we need something. Oh, yes. Whoa. Okay, we got something here. Okay, here we go. Let's build into this. Great kick. Who was that? Metcalf. Marata is on, so we need a bit more. Yeah, Bunty's come off. That was lazy from him around the ruck. Okay, Marata takes one there. Okay, well, nice cut in behind. Looks like we got some shit. 10 in the bin. Everyone's sloppy on the thing, man. Yeah, it could have been professional foul there, might have been. Yeah, man. Flo, just gotta be patient. Change the complete the sets, early kicks, turn, pick around. Yep. There's time here. There's time to do that. Yeah, play the percentages. Good tackle. Tomato six seals one through the middle. Egan comes in. Metcalf's starting to get on the ball a lot more. Oh, good tackle. Like that. Tomoko did well there. Great defense from CHT just to hold him up enough. Okay, here we go. Time is running out, though. Two minutes left for Chance. So you get one attacking set, and Chance will be back on. So that's where I'd say just got to hold it here. No errors, nothing silly. Arata takes a settler here on the 40. Laban got to do a bit of work. Physicality of the Raiders has been solid all night. Probably going to bring Papa Lee on in this last minutes too, so be careful here. Nice, Catewell, just to hold the ball. Oh, nice. Laban slippery underfoot here. Got to be very, very careful. Here we go. Go, Pomps. Go, Pomps. 6 again. 6. 10 in the bin, ref. Just going to be patient here. Great work, Jackson. Got a bit of time here. Set your shape, Metcalf. Get what you want. Ah, got to be Sinman here. Egan's he's pulling all the. He's pulling them all over the shop. Nice. Oh. That didn't need that. Didn't need that right there. Yeah. Wasted opportunity there a little bit. Nice defense by Canberra there. Fogarty through the middle. Chance comes on. Nice work from Chance just to kick the ball forward. Got a chance here, 30-minute. Takes it over to the 40. Roger here. Just got to be patient with the ball. 10 minutes to go, bit of time. Oh, nice from Egan. Clark's back on. Beautiful. Nice Marata. Quick play the ball here. Oh, nice. Let's have a look here. Loses it. I'll give that to them. I'll give that to them. I got no issue with that. I'll give that to them, to be fair. I'd hate for that to be called against me. I think that's pretty clean. Yeah, no issue with that. No issue with that at all. Yep, good challenge. Yep. I'd hate for that to be called on us. That looks pretty clean to me. Oh, yo, let's go. Just a little squeeze there. It's got a squeeze right there. Little squeeze. Don't mind it. They got set play here. Looks like they're setting up for something. That's a nice little line break there. A nice little get poke through. Nice carry from Aaron. Good battle today physically, man. Both teams have been at it. Credit to the Raiders, though. They have been all over it. Nice, Cape. Well, there's going to be opportunities here. We just got to be clinical. Yeah, solid tackle from Sasangi there. Just got to be patient here. Far out. Didn't realize that, Jazz. That's, yeah. We're not clinical enough. I get it. I get it. We need to improve that, but Chivas, you got a chance to win it here. Defensive set. Sorry. Gonna go short, I'd say, because they have the lead. Trying to kill time. They go long. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. There's a miscommunication there from RTS and Katewa. That was very messy. Aaron Clark through the middle. To be fair, we haven't thrown much at Canberra either. Both teams not really good attacking tonight. A bit of the variation there. Martin getting in there. Nice drive through from Marata. Not much happening there. Nice kick. There we go, Dels. Ah. Can't challenge that, I think. Oh. Knock on by Tamale. You let that one go, unfortunately. They're going to kill time here. Okay, tackle on their 10. Let's see what happens. Love the physicality here. Still time on the clock, but very, very tight right now. Nice tackle from CHT there. Let's go. We've got a big yardage match up here. Yeah, find a bit of space if you can. Stay in. No errors. Go, Roger. Hold the ball. That's all right. That's all right. Clark. Yeah. Shoulder charge. Got to be 10. Okay, come on. We can't get through now. We're never going to get through. Your quarter's been good the second half. We need a bit more, though. C&K working hard. Defense, but I got to give Canberra credit. Defensively, been solid. Probably deserved another sin bin, but just a bit sideways for me. Lecker's back on. That's better. Last tackle. Here we go. Got to be on the money. Too long. Too long. Oh, that's 10. He's got to go off. This is purely not because it's late. It's just up top. Simba, nice, Casey. Do your job. Okay, work the 12 men, guys. There's a kick in behind. There's some space. There's going to be some space. If they take it to Golden Point, you got them 10 down as well. You'll have 5 to 7 minutes of Golden Point. So be patient here. Get a try close to the line for Metcalf. Here we go. Just be patient. Nail this period. We can find the numbers somewhere. Work through the middle if you can. Egan, got to be sharp. Tamaiti playing that first receiver. Got to get the ball out the right times. There's no need to muff this one up. Yeah. Settler with Aaron. Lecker takes one through the middle. The middle's too strong right now. You got to be a bit more deceptive. Nice, Malata! Let's have a look. Ah, yeah, sure. Yeah, got him. Shucks. little bit more variety. Game. Damn. Okay, got a minute here. They're gonna slow it down though. Nah, dumb. Dumb. Oh, yep. Don't think the strip was the right idea there. They're gonna kill this. It's gonna kill. Die with the ball. Nah, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. And that is the game. Unfortunately, guys, it is 16 to 10. And in my opinion, deserved winners there were the Canberra Raiders. Um, Look, tough game. Definitely a tough game to kind of watch, kind of to absorb. Both teams, again, a wet night, not much in it. Yep, kind of got that vibe. I'm not really dead, upset about it. Totally agree with a lot of you guys. It doesn't feel like a massive loss. Yes, probably just in terms of um, wanting to beat them type of thing. But apart from that, it's not the end of the world, so we say. Um, but it is what it is. Um, um, Tough one. Sorry, guys, just getting some stuff done. Just one of those games where just attack was not, and you got to give credit to the Dolphins. The Raiders too. They nailed it. They defended resolutely. They absolutely nailed what they were supposed to do. So I can't hold that against them. Yeah, we played into their game plan. We did what they wanted us to do. We got to let it get away. We didn't have much. We didn't have much in attack. I thought, Leatoa on that side didn't get much touches each in it. Tapine was credit to him. He fought hard for everything he got. I got I'd probably say there was another Simbin in there. You could say that Wills, they did dominate us. I think that try to Fogarty where Bunty just dropped off and the intensity dropped off. That is a little bit reflective of the depth isn't quite there when you go to these tough games. Yeah, and I got no real issue with that. Lessons to take out of the game, the points for and works against us. Taipei knew went to overplay his hand and came out trump. Yeah. Pate saying we had ever the opportunity to tie it up, losses on us, would blown them off the park with fish. I don't know. It's just they're a physical team that have a good understanding of what we do attacking shape. Like they shut down most of our attack. Don't think we threw anything at them that warranted, us winning. You can't say that we, yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's probably a game where you wanted to have Barnett and Tapine. Sorry, Barnett and Fish. But to be fair to them, they capitalized on it. Horsburgh was good. Smithies I thought was excellent. That type of thing. So I got no issue with them, yeah, we had that little window there where they had that first sin bin. Jose channel member. Hey, on to the next one. Up the Warriors all day, every day. Yeah, we don't need to get. I don't think we need to get over thing on this loss. It's just one of those games, and when you play tight games, I think there's a good point there from Jazz that we are 16th on the goal line attack. When you can't, on goal line attack, when you can't completely nail opportunities and it's difficult, that's where a good defensive team can just shut you out. And I mean, once they got their try, they just defended it and they did a very good job. So RTS was fantastic. Totally agree with it. I thought he played one of his better games. Jazz saying, need to tidy up our D, work on our finesse and attacking in the red zone. Yeah, there's a lot to work on in terms of getting that attack. Leatoa, I don't quite agree with this, Dom. I think there's something there, but they weren't getting much good ball out there, to be honest. Not much is heading that way at the moment. I think the boys got lost in terms of the weather, in terms of they couldn't break down the front door, really, and it was a very, very tight tussle. You could argue that. Yeah, you absolutely could argue that. But I just, for whatever reason, they had the middle locked up tonight. I'm not sure if Healy would have changed much. I get the sentiment, but it just feels as though there wasn't much through the middle there. Hens just simply have to beat Raiders. We're better tonight on to next week's game. Yeah, I mean, they got the double. There's evidence that they can physically match it with us. I got to give credit to Fogarty and Strange. They didn't overplay their hand. They stayed within the structure. They waited for the one line break. It happened. Bunty dropped off the tackle. The other try, for me, Dallin let Chris through. He should have shut that down. Two kind of opportunistic tries in the sense that they got them from Warriors' laziness, in my opinion. You got to give it to them. You got to give it to them. Young Lecker had a poor game. 3 drop balls, but the problem, no forward dominance, no clear-cut dominance. There were some half breaks from Metcalf. There were some half breaks, but nothing evident to say, look, it was really going to be a win, Hallesima's worst game teammates wasted on the bench with rather Healy. I can understand it. I can respect that, but I think the damage is, there was some damage done. I don't think we were going to score another try after. We wasted those little opportunities with 10 in the bin. Nah. I think that was quite fair. I think Tarpin and Clark had a good battle. Tarp's probably a little bit, obviously, he's experienced. He's a Kiwi international, he's captain. But Clark held his own, in my opinion. Yeah, even just with Barney and Fish, there's a little bit of lack of the attack. There's some things we're just not able to really stretch teams like that in those situations. And again, you're taking 2 points. I get taking 2 points. But when you get into switching like that against the Raiders, 2 points isn't going to be enough. It has to be a balancing act. You have to score and threaten, at times to force their hand. They went into halftime 8-0, 8-8. They were happy with that because they didn't have to do too much. They didn't have to really risk anything. There was no cutout passes. There was no crazy offloads on their behalf. They said, we'll just keep it tight. We'll wait for you to break them down. We'll break you down. They did. Got to give credit to them. Yep, and that's why I said you got to be very careful with Lecker how you use him. The volume of work he's getting through his the mental side of the game, and those things will start to break down a little bit. I thought he got some shocking pass. I thought that pass at the end was a shock. I don't know why he got that pass, but there's just some details to be a little bit worried about. Halves were not really. Again, just wasn't much clear cut intention at times. Calm down, Dan. Daniel, calm down, brother. Calm down. Just chill, mate. Chill. Would have been nice to see Stowers in there. Yeah, no, it would have been nice. I mean, again, you'd probably say the CNK send off. I can understand that, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? So I totally get everyone's sentiment. Wasn't too bad a game. I just thought both teams didn't have much in terms of attack and structure. But Raiders just prevailed. I think their physicality prevailed. You could have probably done a little bit of this. Absolutely. And same for Lecker, Jazz. Absolutely. Great, good effort. Totally good effort. Got no issue with that. Yep, I got no issue with those. Yeah, I mean there was some definitely clear cut penalties, or even more probably sin bins. We got 2 sin bins in the end, but there were some momentum killers. But I got to give them credit for their energy in attack, their energy in defense. Shut everything down, did what they were supposed to do. But it was a tight game. Yeah, you probably argue Barnett, Fish coming back. Got no issue with that as well. DWZ isn't up to first grade at the moment. Yeah, just a lazy effort there for me to let the Seb Chris through. That's what I see it as. The Lionel Richie's getting a little bit long. It probably is, bro. Look, it probably wasn't. Like, I thought the back five was pretty poor tonight. Wasn't enough yardage. I thought their back five absolutely nailed it. So I got to give credit to them as much as that. But I'm going to bring on just for now, Jay Rose. We're going to bring him on quickly just to get his thoughts. Jay, how are we going, brother?
Kia ora, bro. How are you doing, bro?
Let me just get this. How was it, man? Share us your thoughts, brother. How was that game for you? What was your key insight?
I thought we were going super well. I thought we took leads that we just couldn't hold on to, and I thought it was just stupid shit where it got a bit frustrating, probably for fans, where it's like just repetitive 6 agains were costing us. We were playing out of our own 10 and 20 like so much in that game, where those 6 agains were just ridiculous. Also, I think we sort of got the rough end of the stick. I think Tarpany should have been sent more than Horsburgh, to be honest. Yeah. I thought Tarpany was way more of a problem that game. He was winding me up because I love him as a Kiwi, but he was being a mongrel on the field tonight. Yeah. And so, especially that shoulder charge, I wasn't happy with that shot. Like, that was just fucking out of a third man in tackle shoulder charge seems a bit too far. But I think there was so much promising things there because we didn't have either of our captains tonight who are our front row. And I don't think I think we did pretty well through the middle. It was just the 6 agains that were costing us. Thought Aaron Clark had a good game again. Thought Laban had a good game off the bench to start off. Yeah. And then, which is promising. I'm really liking seeing that because I think he's going to, I think Lecker and him are naturally taking over those edge jerseys over time. And so, yeah, it's just a little bit disappointing with all the 6 agains, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I mean, what do you make of their defense? Was there? Do you feel as though? I mean, they got the one sin bin, obviously infringing a lot. Their goal line D was pretty good after that. Physicality wise, they matched it with us. Do you think we really missed Fish and Barnett tonight? Was that a symptom of
Um,
losing our front rowers there?
yeah, I think there was a little. It was a little bit disappointing when you think about just when we had two sin bins in the game, we didn't take advantage of it at either point. We
Yeah,
didn't score any points. I think we got a penalty during one of them, but I think that cost us a little bit. Is just not taking advantage of the sin bin because they took advantage of the sin bin and scored a try, and that was the
yeah, they
difference
did.
maker in the game.
Yeah,
And
agreed.
so I think probably like a little bit just lacking a little bit on attack, but I think they just defended really well tonight. Like Raiders are a defensive unit that's great, but so are we. And I just think we could have held on to those leads that we had if
Yeah.
we didn't do so many repeat sets. Because I'd love to look at that count. It's got to be over 10. It was pretty bad.
Oh, I think Adam G is naturally inclined. Just knew his style of refereeing. It was going to be
Yep.
a 6 again fest for both teams.
Fast player of the
Um,
ball ref for sure. Yeah.
yeah. No, for sure. What did you make of Leotoa coming back in? Do you think he was a little bit flat, or just the way the game went was?
I
Um,
think we're predominantly a left side attack team compared to
yeah,
2023 and 2024, and he's
it's
just
flipped, eh?
getting a little
Yeah,
bit unlucky. Like
yeah,
that's where I'd sort of put it. If you look at it, Lecker's not getting a lot of touches on that right hand side either. Um,
yeah. Good point.
I just think it's a little bit of just like a feeling out process. I think at the moment, like we're still testing the waters with a lot of our players because it's that sort of we're in a good position right now. But I think once we get into that round 16 plus, that's when we'll start to really rack it up and start to put stuff onto that right hand side. I think we were targeting Xavier Savage a little bit in the air because he's prone to a drop ball. He didn't have
Yeah,
a great night tonight. Neither did Tamale. He had a couple of drop balls. Like yeah.
yeah. No, I understood totally the sentiment to go for that. Um, yeah. Do you kind of take a lot out of this game? I look at it. I just think two teams have pretty much neutralized each other. Raiders were a little bit better on the night. We had our chances. We didn't. That was always going to happen when you have these close games. You look, we've done well to win most of them, but some of them you just, it's not going to fall. I can't really blame too much on anyone really. Maybe they're taking the two at times. I understand the point of taking the two. But in a close weather game, you probably just want to get ahead a little bit faster. But at the same point, you could win a game by 2 points. So what do you make of that, bro?
No, yeah, I know what you're saying about that. I don't like it when it feels like we've got a lot of momentum and then we
Great
take
point.
the 2 point.
Great point.
That I don't mind if we been under the pump and we take the 2 points, but it feels like a lot of the time we're sort of in great momentum and take the 2 points, and it
Yeah.
sort of puts the wind out of our sails. And I'd just rather see us just kind of I'd rather see us back ourselves a bit more
Back
and
ourselves.
just put the
Absolutely.
foot on the throttle and just
Yeah. No, I agree, man. I thought Roger had a good game. What did you make of
Yep.
Dallin's game? I just gave him I thought he could have done a bit more to stop Chris on that when he cut back inside. But I mean, it's a wet night, but what did you make of his work tonight?
Yeah, I think in the air he's a little bit unlucky. But what I will say, on the defense thing, that I would love to just put that down to a bit of a wet night. Like he just got caught out of place a little bit. On a dry night, he might have put it in. But for the reality of it, we've played so many games in the wet this season that you just got to put in. You can't really blame that on the weather.
Yeah, you got to do a bit more there.
Yeah, and I think just quickly, the thing that I do like about Dallin is that he can get up in the air and make those
Okay,
challenges.
you
He's
bang on.
probably not getting above a Coates because no one is,
Yeah.
but Tane's just very small for a winger position. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. No, you could see that. I totally get it. Even Roger, you see the value he brings with his carries. He got a penalty off a head up. Those are the types of things that can build momentum.
Roger looked
Um,
amazing on the wing tonight. He looked really good.
yeah. I actually thought he was really good. Any critique of like Egan? Like, I mean, there weren't massive opportunities for him, and a wet night to be creative out of the ruck. I
He
mean,
seemed a little bit hobbly to
yeah,
me tonight. He seemed kind of like he was hobbling up to the play of the ball to beat dummy
yeah,
half.
good point,
He
good point.
didn't look 100% fit to me tonight. He didn't look like the gun out of nine where he's that running nine. I think maybe there's like a little bit of a thing there, which is a little bit concerning. But
Yeah, I think he's been playing fantastic. Not nothing over the top that I felt was crazy. There's a lot of talk about Tarpini dominating Clark in our front row. Do you see that? Do you think it was cut domination, or was it just
I don't think
Tarpini
they
trying to slow the
dominated us.
game
I
down?
think it was
Yeah,
the six agains that just cost us. I think
yeah,
Fogarty was dominating the kicking game. It seemed like we were kicking into a wind all night, and I don't think the middles were winning the battle. I just think it was six agains in the kicking battle that won the Raiders the game at the end of the day. That's what I put it down to from just my first watch of the game live. Anyway,
yeah. I thought Fogarty was. They were just happy to just stick to the kicking game, grind it out, and they got that one line break, and yeah, there wasn't much in it,
no,
but nah, I can't really make much more of that, man. Where to from now? Is that does that concern you, that loss? For me personally, no. I feel as though that was going to happen. You can't go, obviously, 24-0. You're going to take losses at points. I thought that was a fair enough loss. Do you think that's a negative impact, or you think just dust it off the shoulders, let it go, and we move on to the next one?
I think losing both of our front rowers and captains was pretty rough. We've done well with at least one of them there. I think they both
Yeah.
carry just such a presence. I think a little bit tonight we lost discipline, where
Yes.
probably the Raiders were getting into our heads a little bit, maybe because of how mongrel they were being. And so we just, I think with a fish on the field who can fucking turn around and tell you to pull your fucking head in. Oh, sorry. But who will tell you to pull your head in, he'll I think it's just a different kind of presence having those guys out there, eh?
Yeah. Just so quickly on the halves, I know it was probably a tougher night for them. Weren't much opportunities. Is that a lack of creativity amongst the attack, or was it just I felt at times there weren't runners off of them in the right spots, or there wasn't much opportunities for them as well. What did you make of the halves tonight?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of just like everyone's a little bit out of place on the field. I feel
Yeah.
like um Lecker's switching side to side depending on
Mm.
who's there. Like Murata plays right and Capewell plays left, so he's switching side to side. I think there's just like a little bit of I don't think it's creativity lacking. I think just the Raiders put on like a really awesome defensive
Yeah.
effort tonight, and we just struggled to have that. Yeah, maybe just a little bit of extra spark, but I think Metcalf, he's actually developed on the thing that I was worried about with him, which Tanner Boyd does really well, where he runs at the line and he draws in like two defenders and then passes the ball.
Yep.
Metcalf's getting that about his game now,
Yeah.
where he's not just focused on game managing, he's actually focused on drawing defenders and game managing. So I'm seeing those small improvements in the halves game. I think CHT's kicking game's just getting more and more consistent.
Yep.
I like Roger in the air, so the more we see that, the more I like it. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I'm
No.
pretty.
Anything else what you want to share, bro? Before um, we shoot
No,
off?
I think that pretty much sums it up. I just think we're just like a little bit hard done by tonight by just a little bit of lack of discipline, and hopefully fish back this week to rev up the boys will be a good week, and we'll be
Yeah.
back on the thing because we've got a really good second half of a draw, like to be honest. So hopefully we
Yeah.
can just carry some momentum away.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with you, bro. That there's, I don't, I'm not going to overstate this loss. It doesn't need to be. As the defensively, we held up pretty solid 2 moments. That's all it is. But yeah, I think you're right about the attack. Give it a few more weeks, we'll start to hit our straps a bit more. But I last point I want to agree with you on was that the switching from side to side. You saw even Capewell in spots. It was like, well, Capewell's over there, and then you just saw them all over the shop. It was a tough night attacking wise. You couldn't really see any
Yeah.
clear cut ideas at the end. So, but thank you, Jay, for coming on, bro. Appreciate you having you on. We love
Bloody
having you on
beautiful.
here. Yeah, we'll catch you next time. Jay
Bloody.
Rose, one of our channel members there, and great to have him. And good sober spirits actually. He looked quite healthy tonight, but we love Jay, and he's one of our channel members, first graders, and always gives us thoughts looking into the game. Let's just quickly get back to the chat. Um, yeah, great analysis. Jay nailed it. Just remember, clean it up a little bit, tidy it up like the Warriors. No six agains, but we love Jay. We're doing great work. Yeah, it is a little bit concerning. The offside at the goal line restart was, and yeah, there were just some errors. I think we bit in. I'll just give it a little bit of credence to Tarpini slowing the game down, being dirty. We bit in a little bit to that. The other big point was, we were a high percentage team with the weather tonight. Just let me look at completion percentage. Yeah, 75%. So 34 of 75 is a tough one. You know what I mean? So look, yeah, 4 points in the bag. Yes, there is a piece, but yeah, it's something to be a little bit concerned. We've usually been around the 85%, 90%. You're not going to get it perfect every night. Those errors, you're going to have nights where you're going to get the errors. Scott Jay, loved you, brother. Thanks for jumping on, man. Been absolutely awesome. And the wet weather games, they're going to catch you out. When you're playing tight games like that, some of them are not going to fall your way. I saw Clough say that as well. It's just the nature of the business of NRL, and you got to give credit to where credit is due. I called this last week a little bit. I think Lex is getting a bit tired. I want to just see a little amongst them. He was absolutely so. It's not a diminishing of Lecker. It's actually an acknowledgement of him as being absolutely fantastic. But the volume he's getting through is a lot. You know what I mean? So yeah, and big shout out to Jay again. Absolutely, absolutely awesome. We love our brother. Yeah, so it's one of those ones where it's like just not quite there. You know what I mean? We've got to be a lot better, but I totally get it. Yeah, that's some different improvements we've got to do there. You know what I mean? For sure. DWZ, look, he's going to be the guy they're going to use for the rest of the year. And there's nothing we can do about him. And Roger are the premier wingers. The only dropping back into cup doesn't help. You got to get the reps on the field. Look, my one gripe with him was the lack of effort on Seb Chris, which led to the line break. So that was really what it was. Tony T, good to see you, my man. I don't think move him around too much, Kelly. I don't think move him around too much. I just want to see him, like, he did change over from side to side. I'd like to see a bit more consistency with him. But to be fair, I think we should, we shouldn't overvalue it. Give it some time. He's a developing player. He hasn't reached his peak. I agree with the sentiment to rest him. Maybe rotate him a little bit. But these reps right now, these 80 minutes, he'll look even better next year. It's kind of one of those ones where get him used to playing 80 minutes so he is a immediate starter next year. But I get the sentiment, maybe just keep him a little bit fresher. Get Laban in there, who can do a job too. Individual brain snaps lost us this battle, imminently fixable, no need for wholesale changes. NZW, man, they do lose the plot over there a bit. That's great for our boys in competition now, a damn good one. Yep. But again, there wasn't anything egregious. It was just errors. 6 gains, as Jay was saying. On a wet night like that, you can't be super creative attack-wise. Dry check, you start to drift sideways a lot. You could probably be a little bit more in tune in terms of, yeah. But I mean, I gotta give Raiders credit. That tackle they made on Morata was fantastic as well. Look, a team like who did we play last week? I've already forgotten, but they couldn't deal with that. Now you come up to a better defensive team. They can read it. They can sniff out one of those types of plays and absolutely nail it. So you got to give credit to them. Maybe reduce Licker's minute, but empty the tank rather than at full 8. Yeah, just a little bit. I agree with it. We're missing some impact. I thought Dimitri was poor. I love Dimitri, but I thought he was poor tonight. Was not up to the level. So when you're losing, you're having a Licker start and you're having Dimitri, you need more from Dimitri. When you miss out that, you start to think, man, Licker off the bench would be great. But I just wish we had a bit more from our boys, yeah. Licker on the bench provides more impact. I can see that. I can definitely see that. But like I'm saying, if you lay the groundwork for him in the start of this year, by next year, you're going to be getting a starting back row without question. And he's going to be ready to play 80. So it's one of those ones, catch-22, but I would like to see him kept fresh a bit. Clark was great. I had no issue with Clark. He's really rounding out to be quite a clean player. You're bang on there, piece. I got no problem. We're rounding out very well. Same, Jared. I don't think it was a game that you'd be really too worried about. You know what I mean? Something to watch out. Thanks for that update, Tahi. Something to be careful of, to think about, for sure. Just going to quickly go check. Okay, guys, we'll go for another probably 10, 15. I'll get some more questions in from the chat. Yeah, look. That's a great point, Jazz. They haven't had their first bye till round 15. They got an away win that puts them in a good spot. They'll be feeling confident going into a top 4, top 6 race. Currently sitting second. That negative 1 points differential, we haven't quite been able to score a lot of points this year. It is a bit of a concern when you think about it. You can only win so many tight games at times. So I think there is some improvement needed. Agreed with Jay wholeheartedly. When you got momentum, I agree, don't take the 2 unless it's necessary. So those are things that I think we've got to do better. We absolutely got to do better. Don't take, the 2s are great, but you don't have to take it all the time. Yeah, the Chan Simbin was fair. I actually, my issue and gripe with the Chan's one was, yeah, it's an over exaggeration from G. I get it. He gave us a Simbin for Corey Horsburgh, but by that same standard, technically, yeah, Chan's deserved it as well. But yeah, both teams. I thought both teams fought hard. Yes, a little bit to survive. I thought they had probably maybe the thing for them is they had consistent roll on. So let me just check the yardage. I think the numbers would have probably by the end skewed towards us, but I thought throughout the game they kind of yardage throughout. Still ended up with a bit more possession than us. Completed 1 extra set, so not much. Yeah. Oh, actually, the numbers are pretty flatline. Yeah. Again, it's probably just at the end, it was those 2 line breaks that separated us, really. I mean, the kicking game for me, probably from Fogarty, was the difference maker. Fogarty's kicking game, I think, absolutely nailed it. Got 7 bombs to R2, 5 grubbers to R2. Probably you got to give credit to Fogarty for that kicking game. 14 to errors, probably that's an extra few sets. 10 errors to them. Yeah, just one of those games. One of those games. I like that. They need a bit of time there for sure. It wasn't quite hitting it, but they weren't getting much ball. I think the only time I saw ball was when Tamaiti came out there and they started to work the right side a bit more when Dallin went out nearly. So They need to work on that shape out the right side. Yeah, that's a great point, son. It didn't take too much off of us. Yeah, this could be Dom. I mean, you're probably going to watch us against the Rabbitohs and get a look at how. Now, are the Rabbitohs coming off the draw? That's my only off the bye. Yes, they are. So they're going to have a bit of energy next week. So this is where we start to really, we got to start to. You can't keep. These close games will start to flip on the other side a bit sometimes. You just got to be very careful. Post-match conferences, yes. Let me just try and get back to the end. I missed the last one. They usually have the post-match press conferences. Press conference there. Yet. Yeah, they're a good team. They're a good team. Okay, here we go with Webby. I'll just bring this one over, guys.
Andrew, this is your assistant on the game week.
Yeah, like early on we weren't tackling great, but we were so good on our try line, really resilient, and then we managed to fight our way out of it. Scored, and I thought, we've done well to fight our way back, and then we got in a rhythm of our defence. We looked the better side. They got one in the bin, and when they got one in the bin, it's 50-50, particularly in that rain whether you take two, and we decided to go for it, and we dropped the ball like 3 plays later.
Yeah.
We didn't get the ball back. I don't know if we got the ball back at all, hardly before half time. So that was a frustrating period. And then, we just didn't. Their back five just killed us tonight defensively. We couldn't hold them with our defence. And, we had our chances, like so many little chances where we're close to scoring, which, was frustrating. But I was really proud still of a lot of things, particularly our goal line defence. I thought it was awesome.
What did you think of the attack?
There was some really good attack. There was some frustration. So it just wasn't going to be a night to go around them, to try and go hands. Well, Roger scored one, but after that we tried to do that a couple of times. It just wasn't a night for that.
Yeah, good point.
So, we looked unorganised at times, but we were calling plays and some blokes turning up with knowing their role. So it's something we've got to really fix this week.
Oh, okay.
Looking back, how crucial those two symptom periods, the Raiders holding you out and scoring when you did go down as well.
Yeah, definitely. Like that. Like I said, that. I mean, at the end of the day, it was 10-all at half time, so we could reset and go on. If we win the second half, we win the game. We didn't. But we were 10. That would have been 10-0 up. It could have been 10-0 up. So we just handled that period poor in the first half. Like I said, we went out straight away and didn't have any ball. I thought they handled it way better than us.
Kurt, felt like the Raiders were on a bit of a mission to get into US skin. It's not particularly just Tubman. Is that what it was like on the field?
No, I wouldn't say that necessarily. It was always going to be a physical game. We knew that. It's the Raiders. They got a great pack, so it was just a good game of footy.
Yeah, very cool.
Coach,
I don't think Tapine dominated either.
On the discipline out there, sort of a couple of shots from the Raiders, particularly at the end of that late charge. Any complaints at all, or just some visual feeling?
No, I'll let the judiciary sort that one out, what they think of that one. I mean, going to the bin, the last one, there was a shot on Lecker that I thought was like high in his head, and he dropped the ball. But in the end of the day, we we were our own worst enemy tonight.
On that note, though, there was some nasty stuff. There was a pretty bad crusher tackle. There was shoulder charges. Did they push it down as much, the Raiders?
Like Kurt said, I think they came here to play. If they overstep the mark, it's up to the referee to step in and get involved in it. At the end of the day, it's a tough game. And like I said, if they've overstepped it, the referee to sort that out, not us. And it's up to the judiciary to sort it out. So, I'm going to leave that one up to them this week.
What did you think of the chances, Cindy?
I think it was accumulation of, like, I don't know how many 60 goes there were and penalties on both sides of the field. Like, I got no idea. Like, it was a lot of, I felt like the referees are involved in the game a lot down there, particularly when both teams are trying to attack the try line or trying to defend the try line. And I don't think it was sort of his tackle in isolation there. I think it was a build-up.
Build-up, yeah.
That the referee wasn't frustrated. He was frustrated with both sides for that. And, I don't have the stats in front of me, but there seemed to be a lot of 60 goes.
Yeah.
You've seen teams obviously bounce back well from defence so far this season, on runs after them.
Yep.
What do you think the impact of these home loss will be?
Yeah, I just said to the boys then, like, I just got to look at it the same way we always do. I thought we should be disappointed because it was an opportunity to win that tonight. Like, we had our chances and we didn't take it. Canberra played, they're a good side. But, by our own standards, we didn't live up to what we wanted to do tonight. So I think, but there was also things that we were really good at and we're proud of, and we're just going to take the learnings and get better. And if that takes us on another run, then whatever it is, but we're just going to look at it tomorrow and get better and focus on this week.
You got to put out, I guess, your first choice back line, or at least the back line you were hoping to start the season for the first time tonight around Carl. Is that still pleasing to have everyone sort of returning to the fitness?
Yeah, I mean, for our backs, I mean, Rocco Berry's also out at the moment, so he's due back soon. So yeah, I mean, it's good to have Roger and Dallin returning the ball like they do. They'll only get better. So, but yeah, I'm happy to have obviously those guys back.
Kurt, do you think fatigue was a bit of a factor tonight after all you've been throughout the last 5 weeks with the constant close battles?
We had a long turnaround. I thought we trained really well this week. I wouldn't say fatigue was a big part of it.
And Andrew, if there's any positive, would be that you've shown progress in the way you push the Raiders so close. They're a big team in competition.
Yeah, I mean, we're not looking at it that way. We've got so much respect for the Raiders and the way they are, but we wanted to win that game. We thought we should, so we're not close enough. It's not really where we want to be. We want to be winning. We came into this game tonight with clear intentions on how we wanted to play and get the performance we wanted, and we didn't. So that's disappointing at the end of the day. Thanks, guys. Cheers.
Enough there from the man Webby. Okay, guys, there you heard it from our man Webby there. Not much from Capewell. Wouldn't give the interview as much credit. Look, it was just one of those games, right? Punch through the middle, poor kicking game. It was a really good, and I think once the weather turned it into one of those types of games. I think our boys could have definitely been better. But I'm not going to criticize them to the end of the world for that one. First loss at Mount Smart this year, and we're into round 12. Got no issue with that. You do have to take L's. There's no way you can play a perfect game, and especially how we've been playing in tight games. There was that period of defense where we had to defend our line. G went to the sin bin, had a bit of an impact on the game. They scored. They defensively shut down everything we had. I've got to give credit for that. Apart from that, we move on to the next one, personally. There wasn't anything critically bad in that performance where I'm like, damn, that's bad signs. I was maybe some individual errors, like when Dimitri did the high shot. For me, Dallin missed the tackle. Bunty missed the tackle to lead to a try. There were some areas, but overall, I have no major issues with qualms where I thought, man, the team really dropped off this week. They weren't there mentally. There were some little hits and misses, and But you got to give the credit to the Raiders. They nailed it. They got the physical pack. They got the outside. Fought the out Tamale and Timoko and Savage and those guys fought hard. KO Weeks, Strange. Got to give it to Fogarty. The kicking game was pinpoint from him. Put the pressure on at the right times. I think our halves probably a little bit disjointed this week. Couldn't quite settle on what they wanted to do with the ball. Some of the kicking options were poor and difficult in a night like this. They matched up physically out wide. They diffused a lot of kicks. They did the best they could, and they got the results. That, at the end of the day, is how the game fell. Take that as you will. Yes, we missed our front rows, but it didn't feel like a massive drop-off. Leko, you probably say, looking a little bit tired. Laban came in, did a decent job, but it was the momentum when we had it. We kind of lost it, especially for me when you had the sin bin and you bombed it. You dropped the ball a few times, and they go and score during a 10-minute sin bin period. They went wide too early at times, and especially the RTS play, I thought that was just not called for. Pompey with a bit of a poorer game if you look at his total game. But at the end of the day, it's not something to lose sleep over. We move on, prepare for Rabbitohs. That's how I see it. I would love to be official commentator. And I think people get pretty sick of me. I become a fan too much once things are going a bit one-sided. So it'd be hard to kind of motivate myself to kind of always be talking. But I appreciate the sentiment piece. Appreciate the sentiment. I agree with that, Dom. I do agree with that. Nights like this where you look at that type of thing. So I do agree. I do agree with a lot of that stuff. Probably a little bit too much. Anyway, guys, I think we get the gist of this game. I've pretty much repeated a lot of the things. I'll look at the tape again if I see anything else. But it was one or two moments. I've said my piece. I think everyone in the chat's been awesome. But I think we're all on the same page. Lost a few moments. Nothing crazy. That's top 4 battles. Raiders are a solid team. We know that since round 1. We probably thought everyone pitched them as a bottom feeder. They're proving to everyone that they are legit. And the table tells it. We're proving to everyone we're legit too. And the table tells it. A lot of work-ons too. Attack-wise. Yep, for sure. But defensively, I'm loving what we're doing. Absolutely agree with that. So anyway, guys, we'll leave it there. Thank you, everyone that's been coming in. We've had averages of 60 tonight. Thankful for that. Appreciate everyone coming in. Thank you for everyone that's liked and subscribed. We've got a massive show tomorrow night with our members and on Tuesday. So come back in for that stuff tomorrow for all the members. Want to thank everyone that's that's come through. I know it's a bit of one of those nights. We live and we move on. We'll catch up again further. We'll see you tomorrow night for the members show and on Tuesday. So thank you guys once again. Up the wires as always. Stay safe. Peace. We'll catch you next time.